According to a body language expert, there were clear, warning signs early in King Charles III's marriage to Princess Diana that showed his lack of commitment to his first wife. Diana famously said at the end of her marriage that it became crowded, but this analyst noted that Charles seemed detached from the start. King Charles was once the most eligible bachelor in the world when Charles met and began dating Camilla Parker Bowles in the 70s. Some royal family members disapproved of the love match. She was a commoner, and he was the future king. So, they eventually ended their relationship and married and had children with other people. But we all know their story didn't end there. Charles and Camilla eventually reconnected and divorced their respective first spouses in the 90s. And one person who seemed heavily affected by the whole thing was Diana. Though she didn't place all of the problems in her marriage on Camilla's shoulders, she made it known that her not-so-secret romance with Charles didn't help matters. Body language expert, Patty Wood, analyzed early photos of Charles and Diana for Reader's Digest. And she noticed there were always indications that the prince, once the most eligible bachelor in the world, was distant in the relationship he shared with Diana. King Charles attempted to make his connection with Princess Diana less intimate in engagement photos. Expert claims starting the analysis early in the relationship. Wood looked at informal photos taken at Buckingham Palace right after Charles and Diana announced their engagement. In one, Diana loops her arm through his, her hand draped over and resting on his forearm. But Charles has his hand tucked away into his jacket. Wood noted, it's an early and subtle warning sign of Charles's lack of commitment, adding, he's attempting to make the connection less intimate. Princess Diana was doing all the work at her wedding to King Charles. Body language analyst notes in a photo of Diana and Charles sharing a kiss on the balcony of Buckingham Palace after their lavish wedding. Wood noted that Diana already seemed to be bending over backwards to hold Charles's attention. See how she's doing all the work? King Charles was out of reach for comfort or play. According to a body language expert, Wood also looked at a stunning 1983 photo of Diana and Charles with Prince William when he was a baby and noticed how far Charles is sitting away from his wife and child. He sits cross-legged, his arms out of reach for comfort or play, his hands in his lap instead of reaching out to his new family, Wood added. On the contrary, Diana is very hands-on with William in the photo, seemingly focused on her baby as opposed to the cameras or her husband. According to Wood, the signs of their divide quickly grew more evident after that. In a photo from 1986, she noted that their sad expressions gave a grim impression. You might think they are at a funeral, she said. See how Diana grips her hands, I would guess in an attempt to suppress her sadness. King Charles reportedly had a secret nickname for Meghan Markle while she was in the royal family.